So Earl Sweatshirt has finally released another record. The man, the myth, the legend. It's been like what, I think 4 years since he's dropped some rap songs. You guys already know how I feel with that record. I made an entire video analyzing how he discussed depression in a very therapeutic way, sort of like a conversation with the viewer, and we were diving more into his mental state, how he was feeling, how he was sinking down internally, and how he was trying to find delight dealing with the depression of his father's loss, and a lot of other themes that were in that record. So I did listen to some of the singles. I did listen to 2010, and I did listen to Tabula. I did not listen to Titanic. I was setting it more for the experience of this record. But yeah, 2010 I thought was a bit odd because it felt more like a freestyle, and the beat and the whole atmosphere just felt odd for Earl. I don't know why. Just coming out of the some rap songs era, and while I did listen to Doris like last summer and stuff like that, it felt weird just hearing him rap over something like that. It's not necessarily bad, I just felt that it was weird. Rasa featuring Armand Hammer, really unexpected collaboration between them. I did not expect Armand Hammer to be featured in this record. I guess it came down more as sort of an abstract hip-hop type of track. It was a pretty lengthy track, almost clocking at 5 minutes, which is pretty unusual at Earl. But anyway, after all this said being done, I still don't know exactly what is the concept of this record. I don't know if it's supposed to be sort of a mixtape. I don't know if Earl's rapping for the hell of it. I don't know if he's trying to pull something like Doris, which it had a lot of bops in there, but it did have some serious moments like Choom. But this one seems to be, I guess, a bit more livelier and less melancholy than some rap songs, which is honestly perfectly fine. Good for him. He seems to be experimenting new stuff. But yeah, honestly, enough of this preamble. I'm really excited to check out this album already. So yeah, track number 1, Old Friend.
Came from out the thick and smiling. Mad Hatters capping every line, it doesn't matter to the tenor by the gill. I feel a
and Earl has some really poetic lines. I mean, from what I can hear, Earl sounds lost. He sounds like he's in chills, but he seems to rely on an old friend who helped him to give him guidance. But yeah, so far he seems like he's kind of lost, I guess you could say. Honestly, an okay track. I mean, this is honestly what I expect from Earl. It's not like anything compared to Shattered Dreams, and that's okay. I mean, I don't want to make comparisons between some rap songs and this record or any future record, because I'm pretty sure this record has its own unique sound and it's completely different than some rap songs or even Doris. But yeah, anyway, let's move on to our next track, Sick. Well pulled up with the FL Studio basic claps.
Gas siphoning, smoke in my diaphragm. Stem caps, Molly Black, Betty Bamble in the overhead. Live with no regrets, tell me when you told a fib. I can count the chips, not on what the teller said.
Honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of the track. That microphone literally sounded like Television from Donda. It was, I don't know, I mean, I get the whole making it low quality type of thing to give it sort of an effect that you're either drowning or you're like in a different mental state, but I just couldn't focus on it because it felt like the quality was just degraded. I mean, I don't want to say it to the max or anything like that, but I don't know, it just felt unenjoyable to a certain degree because, I mean, it had something going. He was rapping over a trap type beat, which is something new. I mean, it's nothing necessarily new to Earl, but for this new era and phase of Earl, it's been a while. Quality overall, like at least the audio quality, it was a bit too run down for me to enjoy it because it seems like you were like recording it from a freaking bathroom stall. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that track, but I still have hope for the next couple of tracks. Anyway, next track, Vision featuring Zelooperz. I hope I said that right. He was featured in Injury Reserve. Yeah, and by the time I get to Phoenix. He had a great feature, actually. But yeah, let's get to the next track.
I had that fear for myself.
Oh, now we're talking. Bro, I gotta pause it. Like, Zelooperz, man, this guy has been giving some great features. Aside that, by the time I get to Phoenix, I think I've heard him in other projects. I can't recall right now exactly where. But man, this guy is giving some really great performances. And this beat right now, what I'm hearing, that thing is fire. So it seems that Earl is heading for more like a sample type of hip hop with some trap fusion. Who knows? But so far, man, this sounds pretty cool.
It caught me at a standstill. tone of the bell. Tried to
That
tone
beat
with
drop,
a
man.
prayer.
Alright, so that was Vision. I'm sorry if I'm like not having that much reaction when I'm listening to the tracks. I'm just really trying to analyze it, because when it comes to rappers like Earl Sweatshirt, for instance, you have to like really take a step back and like just listen to what they have to say without saying anything over the top of it. They deliver some bars that really take some time to analyze as a whole. But yeah, that track honestly was really great. It was a fresh reminder that I'm sort of now getting adjusted to the sound that Earl wants to create so far. I really liked Earl's verse. It seems like he doesn't want to be belittled. He wants to have the 2020 vision, I'm assuming. Zelooperz starting this track was a phenomenal way to start the track. He gave us the energy, the cadence, everything we needed to know. So thinking about it now, Tabula Rasa, I mean that means blank slate in English. I think it's Latin, if I'm correct. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it means that, you know, all humans and all living things begin with a blank slate. Like we have nothing in knowledge, we begin like a blank, empty mind. Maybe he might be talking about a restart. Who knows about that one? But yeah, let's go to the next track, Cold Light.
On foot 11 when the split gave me a rush, playing the cuts like a DJ. Sleep mine. Toss the sword back into the vines. Calling out for Lord, looking low and high.
Pretty short track. A great sample choice with the horns. I did like it. It kind of breathed some life in there. Basically, Earl doesn't like to be lied. Obviously, nobody likes to be lied. But yeah, I would say solid track. This is kind of like a weird album now thinking about it. I mean, I know at first I said it was going to be adjusted, but now the more I think about it, it's getting weirder. But hey, I mean, that's what Earl that's what Earl is known for, being weird, being different than a lot of other people, and hey, let him do his own thing. Anyway, let's go to the next track, Lobby. I'm assuming the int is for interlude.
26, felonious pass, rolling with the pack, even when it switch. Yeah, where you going and what's your intent? I ain't noticed the running.
Reminded me of 2010 in terms, I guess, of the structure, just more of a freestyle. I mean, honestly, that track felt more like a little freestyle and sometimes fill in the gaps. Reminded me sort of a 2010. I don't know why I'm comparing it to 2010, but I don't know, it gave me sort of that vibe of what was 2010, sort of like a little short, cool freestyle, I guess. But anyway, next track, It Got Loud.
My grandfather spoke 13 languages, somehow never had nothing to say to Boo Raymond. Since Hazel.
That was a bar. But grandpa spoke 13 languages, but it had nothing to say. That is a bar, and that was pretty deep.
No beluga, no bob, just mood swinging. True pain, I couldn't eat or sleep for 7 days. Mainly, I ain't weak, keep changing for the better. What to do when your job.
Alright, so that was Got Laughs. It's one of the more introspective tracks of this record. I guess more concept tied. We get another update about his mental health, his mental state. And that one bar that I pointed out, the one that was like, my grandpa spoke 13 languages and I didn't even speak one. Like, honestly, now thinking about it, he might, I mean, this is obviously theoretical, but he might be speaking of love. I mean, maybe he's saying that he just doesn't know how to bring back this, he doesn't know how to speak love, how to give love. He is sort of, I guess, hopeless in a sense. He's as some rap songs was, I guess most of the concept of the record was him sinking, him falling down, beaten up by depression of his father's loss. And even though he wasn't close with his father, and he did have, I guess, sort of a love-hate type of thing with his father because his father abandoned him, he did, however, appreciate him because it is his father. I mean, because in the end, it is his father and it is family, so he does love him as family. But as I said with God Labs, it seems to be more of an introspective track, seems to be a really personal track. But yeah, time to go to the next track called Titanic.
Yes, sir, think I already feel it. Sweatshirt, cause you know our revenge is best served. Cold dish, pressure cook with roast. No assist, I'm out here on a mission. Triple doubling off for the strips. Get ghosts like I need a killer. Get ghosts like an apparition. Hometown, hold me down like a rock. Mask on like a super villain. Daniel, who you in the den with? Lying. Wasn't lying when I told dogs, but they couldn't see sinking ships. Capsized me and use a flip. We know you. Send a postcard from the depth.
I know that I said that, I guess, I don't want to say my complaint, but as I said before, 2010 was sort of okay, but it kind of felt like freestyle in a sense. Titanic does seem to be carrying that sort of tradition, but this time I think that it flows a bit smoother than 2010. I don't know. I think the flow, the cadence is a bit smoother. His wordplay seems to be, I guess, more standard in a sense, that it to a point that it fits more with the vibe what this track is trying to aim for. But yeah, anyway, we're now at the final track, Fire in the Hole. It's, I think, the second longest, or no, the third longest track, clocking at about 3 minutes and 37 seconds. This had to be one hell of an ending at this point, like to tie this in, like to get the perfect conclusion for this record. Yeah, I gotta pause this, man. This is exactly what I needed from Earl. Something like this, something laid back, that guitar sample playing in the background, his sort of offbeat, well, I don't want to say offbeat, but his mellow rapping and beat like this, it's a perfect combination. There was fragments of this in some rap songs. I know the beats in some rap songs were absolutely crazy and were like almost just like thrown at you, and we're just it was kind of crazy. But this is what I really like this type of feel, like this type of rap.
Play it based on what I'm shown. Consolidate the cream, then I'm headed home. She shine like 14 karat gold. I blew up your line. I leave town fast. Out the dungeon like outcast. Funnels with the light and sprinkle salt. I needed another gulp. I'm seeing no when I want.
Alright, so that was a Fire in the Hole. A great conclusion, a great wrap up for this record as a whole. As I said previously, it sort of like ties in most of the themes. I mean, honestly, like any conceptual record usually typically has this, like, brings all the themes into one song, sort of a summary, I guess, or realization, or I guess overcoming the strife. But yeah, that track felt more like a conversation, so like a one-on-one. It felt really mellow, something that I like when Earl is rapping. I like when he's rapping, as I said before, a more mellow beat, something that fits more his atmosphere. I'm not saying that the trap stuff didn't fit his atmosphere. I actually did like some of the trap stuff that he did here, but all in all, I think it was a great tie-in. Alright, so now I gotta say, I still haven't like wrapped around all of my thoughts right now, because there's like so much stuff to analyze, so much stuff to process, and this probably could have been better saved for like a more in-depth review. But so far, I guess for first impressions, first thoughts, you know, I gotta say this is something. This is like really something. Did not expect Earl throwing in a project like that. It seems that he borrowed, like, I don't want to say parts of some rap songs, but I guess he sort of did, in a sense of lyricism. Maybe here and there there was like some faint hints, some faint suggestions to some rap songs. But it seems that he's more, I guess, in his prime. It seems that he's more in his peak. Be a bit more low-key with this one. It seems that he doesn't want to aim for an extremely conceptual record as he did with some rap songs. Honestly, it's perfectly fine. He seems to be taking a break with that sort of thing. I kind of just wanted to get an update on Earl's mental state, make sure everything is fine, and thankfully everything is fine here. He seems to be having a lot of fun. He seems to have fun experimenting with his new sound. If it makes him happy, then it makes me happy. I mean, it reminds me of The Weeknd with Dawn FM. Even though I do think that After Hours is superior than Dawn FM, I do give The Weeknd credit for trying something new stylistically, something sonically new. I mean, giving those more vaporwave pop type of oriented instrumentals more focused in that lane. And I give him praise for it, because I really enjoyed Dawn FM either way. He's experimenting something new. Sure, there were some risks along the way, but at least he's doing something that he really enjoys. If that's the record he wanted to put out, then that's the record he wanted to put out. Same for Earl's case. Maybe he really did. Maybe he thinks that Sick was the record he really wanted to do all along. I'm pretty sure some rap songs was a record he really wants to pull out, because that thing as a whole is a really hard record to not only listen to, but I guess to analyze. And I'm pretty sure he put every nook and cranny there. And it might be maybe longer than this record, but all in all, it seems that he wanted to take it a more low-key and more chill He wanted to keep it more low-key, more chill, a bit more simplistic in terms of lyricism, in terms of structure, which is honestly fine. I just wanted something new from Earl at this point. You know, typically I would put a score and stuff like that in almost every review or reaction slash review, but honestly, I'm not going to put a score on this one. There's a lot to unpack, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel in towards of giving a score. I will say this, it's pretty good, and I definitely do think it's worth a listen. Anyway guys, if you did like this video, please leave a like, subscribe for more content like this, notification bell on so you don't miss an upload from me. Comment down below what you think about this record. Did you like Sig? Did you hate Sig? As I said, let me know in the comments down below, and yeah, stay safe and covered everybody. Peace out, and listen to Sig.